Yo, it's 5:48 a.m. I just woke up minutes ago. I get up, I go to the bathroom, and then my neighbor's walking by in the hallway. Or somebody's walking by in the hallway. And, like, the wind is synchronizing, too. So, like, it got windy. Like, the wind's blowing up against my window, synced, like, when they walk by in the hallway at the same time. And then, like, the light flickered when they walked by, too. So I don't know if the wind, like, hit the power line or whatever, is, like, accidentally flickering, or if it was purposefully flickering, synced up. Because this light will flicker all the time. Synced up. Or it hasn't done it in forever, but it'll do it. Whenever it does it again, it'll be synced up. So that light in the bathroom was flickering. But it was right when it got really windy, you know, so I don't know if it was a sync flicker. But it's crazy, like, every morning, like, they're just up with me. It doesn't matter if it's 3 a.m. or what, like, they're gonna be here soon. And then there was a truck beeping outside, like, right before I woke up. A garbage truck or something. A semi or something. And then there was this train horn last night that was, like, laying on the train horn. Like, sometimes, or usually when there's a train horn, they're just, like, honking it. It's going off synced a bunch of times, every time. The light just flickered again. I don't know. I think it's just the wind making the light flicker, like, blowing the power lines around. But there's this train horn last night that was, like, just laying on the train horn a bunch of times. Like, they usually don't do it like that. Sometimes they do. But it was stalking me, though, of course. And he was just like, just, like, over and over. And then he did it, like, really close, like, when he got, like, really close by to my apartment, he honked it and laid on it for a long time. It's really loud. He did it at a synced up moment. And then, what was right before that? There was something right before that, too. I forget. But now it's quiet. I don't hear anybody. I just hear the wind outside. But I don't hear anybody walking in the hallway. I don't know if the wind is synced still right now, but it'll sync up again. Like, the wind just blows up against my window at synced up moments. It's just like, it's always doing it. So I don't know what's gonna happen next, if my neighbor's gonna flush his toilet synced or start talking synced, or somebody else is gonna walk by in the hallway synced, or a garbage truck's gonna pull up outside soon, or my other neighbor's gonna cough, or somebody's gonna drop something next to the wall really loud, synced, or what? What's it gonna be next? I don't know. Or the heater on my wall is gonna click synced, or my refrigerator is gonna turn on synced, or my water heater is gonna turn on synced. I don't know yet. It was like either right when I wake up or right when I open my eyeballs. Sometimes it's right when I open my eyelids. At that exact moment, there will be a sync. It's happened several times. Or it's just like right when I'm like, there's a sync right there. The light just flickered right when I opened my eyes right there. Was that a sync? I don't know. But they'll sync it like that. Like right when I open my eyes, there'll be a banging sound outside sometimes. It'll just be like, or just like right when I wake up, like right before I open my eyes, like right when my brain comes back to like awake consciousness, like before I even open my eyes, I'll be hearing people making sounds. So it'd be either right there, or right when I open my eyes, or right when I roll over in bed, or right when I get up out of bed. If it's not there, then it's like right after that. Most days, like they have to do it like right when I get up. Either right when I wake up or right after I get up out of bed. And like, or right after I go sit down on the toilet, or right after I come out of the bathroom. At one of those moments, they ought to do something most mornings. If not, then it's a miracle. It's like I'll get up and go in the bathroom and sit down. My neighbor will start talking or coughing or walking around synced or whatever. Like, I hear him coughing right now. Probably synced with me talking about him or whatever. I don't know. But, like, I'll sit down on the toilet and I'll hear him cough right at that moment. Or, like, I'll lift up the toilet lid and I'll hear him cough right at that moment. Or whatever. But, like, it's like any time. Like, if I wake up at 3 a.m., they're up with me. Like, somebody's gonna stalk me, or there's gonna be an engine sound outside. Or whatever, somebody's gonna stalk me, or my refrigerator's gonna stalk me if nobody's awake to stalk me yet. Then they're gonna wake them up soon, or whatever. I don't know if they wake them up. They're like, get up and stalk. He's awake. Get up right now and stalk him. Or they wake him up with a siren, or whatever. I don't know. Maybe that's why there's sirens going off at 3 a.m. sometimes. I don't know. Because they're waking up all the other stalkers so they can be like, get up and stalk him. Either way, they're waking up all the other stalkers, though, with their sirens that they set off because I did something right at the moment of it. which therefore I assume it's a fake emergency, and they're setting off a siren at 3 a.m. for no reason other than because I did something. Um, so, trying to think what else happened yesterday. I know there was something else that happened, like, before that train horn. I don't remember if it was a siren or what, but something crazy happened. I don't know. And then this guy is always playing movies in his apartment when I walk by, like I said before. Like the movie will be like paused or something, and then it'll play right when I walk by his apartment door or something. Like there won't be any sounds coming out of his apartment door, and then right when I walk by it, the movie starts to play. And it's usually people talking. And then like yesterday or the other day, it was like people talking, but it was like a directed conversation thing. It was like directed, the dialogue that they were saying on the movie. Whatever they were talking about, I forget. I don't remember. It was like some word directed at me that they were saying on the movie when I walked by the door. And then like yesterday it was like a gun. It was like it's like right when I walked by the door, it's just quiet right before I walk by the door, and then right when I walk by it's like it's like every time I walk by this dude's apartment, pretty much, like every day. And then like this other person, they're always like starting a phone conversation synced when I walk by their apartment, like, hi, how's it going, or whatever. Like, I don't know if they do. I don't know. It's like they they do it synced. Like they'll just be in their apartment with the door closed, and I'll just hear them. They'll be like up near the door or something talking, and they'll just start a phone conversation synced. Like as I walk by their door, or as I walk through the doorway in the hallway, they'll start talking right there. All of the time. Not just one time, all of the time. Every time I hear it. So there's babies crying synced yesterday. Like I said, that shit kind of like traumatizes me. I'm not gonna lie. That's kind of like fucked up when there's babies crying synced. It's like I gotta go through the checkout at Walmart, and I gotta do it with a baby crying synced as I check out. And then even if I don't go, even if I'm like, fuck this, and I just walk out of Walmart, the baby's still gonna cry sync as I leave the store probably. Like if I'm just like, I don't want to check out with a baby crying synced right now, I'm just gonna leave the store. The baby would still probably cry synced as I leave the store. Like, with whatever that I do, the baby is gonna cry synced and sync it with what I'm doing to make it feel like I'm making a baby cry synced. Like I'm making a baby cry. Because it's doing it synced with what I'm doing. Like the one time I was sitting in the park and this lady comes up with her, it wasn't a baby, it was like a toddler that time, but it was crying synced, like a baby crying synced would do. And it was basically a baby. And it was like, as I'm clicking things on the phone, he's crying synced with me clicking things. So like as I post something on Facebook, he's crying right at that moment. He's like, and like over and over again, like as I kept clicking things on my phone, he kept crying synced with it. This is really fucked up every time that it happens. And it's always happening at Walmart. Not every time that I go to Walmart, but a lot of the time when I go to Walmart. And then sometimes it only happens like a couple of times or whatever, and then sometimes it's like yesterday it was like the entire time I was there. Like I go to the money center to pick up some money, and there's a baby crying synced right when I walk up to the line, and then he was crying synced like a few times as I walk around the store and get some food and stuff, and then he was crying synced right when I walk up to the checkout line, and then every time the checkout line like moves up, every time like I take a few steps forward, he's crying synced every time. And then he's crying synced when I get to the front of the checkout line. And then he's crying synced when I walk up to the checkout. And then I think he's crying synced when I hand it over the cash or something. But then it didn't cry when I walk by the baby though. I thought it was going to again. But it didn't though. It didn't do it there or when I went out the door, so, but it did it the entire time I was there pretty much. So that's just what I gotta deal with when I walk around the world, is a baby might cry synced at some point, and I just gotta walk through it. It's really fucked up, dude. But I think the wind is still synchronizing, and the light is flickered synced a few times since I started this live stream. But other than that, it's quiet right now, so stay tuned for more.